Okay, sorry that it took a minute to get live today. I had a little mishap with the gessoing of my board to get ready. It is still drying, so today could be an adventure with all of this. So, let's kind of get started with what I'm using today. Okay, I got a bunch of stuff at Hobby Lobby. That is first and foremost. So here's like my little, Dollar Tree. See? Dollar Tree right here. And we can kind of go through this. The board I'm using is a board from there. I got two, so this one's still in the package. The other one I took out and I started gessoing to get it ready because I needed it smooth for it to work really well with this. I think my music's gonna get a little loud here, so we need to turn it down. It looks like it's a little loud, let me know. Everything's a little bit weird for the setup today. So, so these are the boards. They seem pretty good quality right here compared to like other boards I have. So nothing strange with them, so that's kind of nice. As for oil and acrylics, we will be using acrylics with these. I'll just put it back. Oh, sorry, camera. I'll just put it back in here. I even got the little tote while I was there that I've got everything sitting in. I got some paints. That's some fun kind of picking some bright colors that would surprise anybody with me right here. Acryology, I guess, is how you pronounce that one. So I got these paints. These are the colors I picked. I thought that would make kind of a fun little mandala right here. I guess I could do it like in that order. Right there. Colors, and I got these brushes there. Now, the handle looks like it may not feel so great. We can go ahead and open that. The gesso is very wet right now, so we got a few minutes to kind of look at these products. By the way, hi, I'm Elizabeth. It's been a little bit of a morning getting this. Yeah, this is what I thought. Okay, so these are very rough, like surprisingly so. Like running my fingers, like I'm a little nervous I might get a splinter on this. I see some loose hairs already right here. Okay, it's not loose, it's just not the same length. Let's see if I can trim it maybe. I think that got it. Okay, so that wasn't loose, but we got a little round, an angled, and a flat. Excuse the coughs. I've got a cold and allergies right now. Get it both going. So, enjoying that fun. Got my coffee. A couple of things that with this. So my gesso I did not get at the dollar store, but I did, or Dollar Tree. I already had it. There's some golden gesso right here. So I'm gonna pick acrylic primer right there. It lays on great. Like I'm actually very happy with this. I had it for a while, although I try to push things and it is still very, very wet. Although it looks like it's drying. So I have gotten, in the attempt to dry it fast, I got dust and stuff in it. That's from holding it in front of a fan. I tried. I'm trying to get the bits out. It may or may not work. Oh well. I tried. I was trying to smooth it out because I do not have paint pens. I was planning on using some pigment liners that I already had, some Staedtler pigment liners. I thought those would work pretty well to outline, and so I wanted to smooth this decently so I don't just chew them up really bad in this. That's my thought with it. But I will be creating a mandala, and to do that, I'm going to be using my Mandala Maker from Spirograph. It's huge. So let's go ahead and we can get that out. I'm gonna take some of these off my desk right now. We will not be using the paints just yet, so we can set those down here. Oh, also my paint tray that I've got right here is just a cheap one that I've had forever from an art store. You can see it's stained. It's a little divided one. I use a jar, mason jar for my water. not got it at Dollar Tree. And the Mandala Maker was not gotten there, so let's go ahead and we'll drop that in. There we go. We can get those. Now, I'm trying out the new shopping feature on here. I've had Amazon affiliates for a while. Make sure everything was set right. This is my Spirograph Mandala Maker. I did not really care for the colors that it came with, FYI. Came with some discs. The discs go in the middle, right here. And then you've got all of these little, you see, we've got weather stuff getting ready to happen. So they kind of sit and they turn that, and you can do a little spirograph in the middle to keep it kind of cool and interesting. So we use the pigment pens with that. It's nice to put that in first. I have done this before, and I made like a little coloring sheet. And I did it, we'll do the 80 right there. They also come with a little wheel on the outside where if you wanted to do spirographs around the edge, you could. I have not done one that's just spirograph on spirograph. That might be interesting. It would be difficult. Whoop, I'm making a mess. I am throwing things here, guys. I am being all kinds of messy. Okay. So, there is that. I'm gonna go through, maybe think about what I might want to do. So you can see we got a bunch of different designs. Some of them are laid out really well. Some are laid out really strange. I learned that. It was a video. It wasn't a live stream. It was a full video. That's on the channel, kind of going through this. And it kind of surprised me, like this little swirly right here. There's one going this way, but they did put one going the other way. You know, a lot of times you'll do little swirls going on the outside like that, and it would be neat to have one going the other way. And so the placements, so these aren't in the middle or on the like middle of the middle here, so that you can't really lay them out nicely on the design. So get to just look at these. I'm going to be using, and this is where we're staying in the same field of Dollar Tree, but we're not doing 100% Dollar Trees. I picked up these woodless watercolor pencils the other day at Hobby Lobby. They were on clearance. I'm going to use those to draw the design on. I find that they hide nicely. Like watercolor pencils are a great way to put your design on your page with the pencil hides, because I don't like it when my pencil marks show. So let's see if we can kind of figure out what colors will work well with our paint. So we got a pink here. So pink. Those two together. We've got the dark blue. And the bluish purple. Look at a little scrap sheet of paper here. I'm actually out of Post-its. I've never had Post-its. Okay, we have the other type of Post-it here. This will work. Okay, so let's kind of look at these colors. I have not even swatched these. We're guessing. There's that. What does this blue look like? Not much difference between those two, is there? I'm going to zoom it in here. Look at that. Okay, the camera actually shows more difference than it looks in person. So I think we'll go with this one. This one looks a little muted. There we go. So there's that. Now we've got kind of a teal green. Got this green. That might be okay. Okay, for only having 24 colors, these colors are awfully, awfully, awfully similar. Like, you don't normally have to kind of look at it. This is really funny. Let's see what this blue is. Okay, it's a little more tealy. I think we'll use that one with it. I don't know. Yeah. That one was at least very different. Now, lighter blue. Guess we use this one. That's our only choice for this guy. And then the yellow. Golden, which looks like it would be good. Yeah, that'll be great. Okay, we got pencils set up for each paint. So that will be good. Oh, what was that? What was that noise? I just got a noise. I don't know what it was. Oh, an alert. Oh, okay. Thank you, Amber, for the subscribe. Welcome. I'm not used to the alerts for this yet. Was the alert loud? This is a new, I think I'm gonna go turn down alert box. I will be right back. I've got to actually get up and go around because we couldn't find one of my adapters. So I don't have a mouse, so I have to use the trackpad to do this. Hopefully that will help. I don't like not having my mouse for this sound. I feel like audio might be a hair loud. The computer's also being a hair loud. Okay, how dry are you? Almost there, like we are, oh my goodness, this is drying faster than I thought, which is great. Okay, cool. We just have to wait a little bit longer on that drying. Let's straighten up my desk. I've made a giant mess already and we haven't even created a thing. Feels like an impressive thing to do so far today already. This early in the morning. Okay. Here are our colors. A new station alert has arrived. I need to check the weather. Written weather notifications. Yeah, we have like a chance of severe weather every day through Sunday. So 3 more days, and we had some yesterday too. So keeping us on our toes here. If I feel like I need to check the weather, that is why. Oh, sandpaper, I had that out too because you see under gesso, and that's where I got into trouble this morning. It ended up making my life a lot more difficult than I should have. Okay, there are colors. I have so much stuff on my desk. So if you didn't notice too, by the way, because I'm just gonna chit chat for a minute while we're waiting for this to dry. This is what we're eating. We're literally sit here and watch paint dry, guys. Ooh. I'm also realizing I did not get my camera. There we go. We're literally sitting here watching paint dry. Yay! I'm gonna get the camera nice and set up too here. It's a little wonky. I had to completely tear down my studio because of the tornado that came through here. I completely tore down the studio and took it, like had all of my gear, like it was safe. That way in case something did happen, I at least had my gear. And the tornado like passed by here like 4 blocks from our house. We had no damage. It was kind of weird because during it, there was no wind. Absolutely zero wind. Like it was so strange. Like the storm for us was just a lot of heavy rain. And knowing that like there was this tornado, and I mean it wasn't just like a little tornado, it was a big tornado. And knowing what was going on with it, and they're declaring a tornado emergency, like we're hearing all this and it's like, okay, it's already past here. And we're like looking outside and like there is zero wind. Like literally the trees are not moving, the rain is just falling. Wasn't even that much thunder and lightning, but we had a whole evening where everything was orange. Absolutely everything felt orange. Like you were looking through a vintage filter. I'm looking out at the trees right now as I'm talking because I'm thinking about the way it all looked. So in that week, we had the tornado, the cicadas came out, and we saw the northern lights here in Tennessee. I mean, how crazy is that to be this far south and we were seeing northern lights? So, and in our neighborhood, like our neighborhood is not dark. It like we could count 5 dusk to dawn lamps that were within our view right there, you know, like street lights, that type of thing. And it's like, wow, and we could see them. I mean, it wasn't like we were getting like the incredible like pictures like photographers were getting like out and about, but we were able to get really good photos considering where we were and what we could see. Like you could see like the sky was like a tint, and it would be tinted green and then it would be tinted pink. But what we could really see were the little flashes. I told you, the weather is gonna be telling me all day. There it goes again. You could see like the flashes and the lines, and that was really, really, really cool. So enjoyed that quite a bit. I think my music, okay. We're just gonna lean forward here and do it this way. Okay, we're gonna see where my peaks are. Okay, good. I look great. Okay, awesome. My talking is sitting right where it should be. Should have been I didn't touch anything there, but we're gonna take the music down just a little bit. Okay, there is that. We're still just waiting. We're literally watching paint dry. Exciting stream, watching paint dry. So. This is, by the way, the Mandala Maker is interesting because we're going to be doing this with a, instead of the paper holder, because there's a paper holder, see these corners here, we can't really slide the board in. I'm going to bend it and try to get it in there. I'm going to figure out how exactly does this fit on here. So that okay, it says it can do canvases. I am trusting this puppy. We'll start with this guy. We'll use the center because I like the bigger. Because otherwise, okay, why I use the bigger one. The bigger one here in the middle. Right here. These will then come all the way to the edge. Otherwise, you have this weird little gap with it, which I don't want a weird little gap. So that's why. And this could end up being a total disaster. I'm not 100% for sure how this is gonna go. I'm already having issues with the gesso not being dry. I'm trying to get the dust out of it as it dries. We're almost there. It's just a teeny bit sticky. Still really sticky up there. Ooh, you can see that on my hand. Dry the paint. This is not how I expected this. Oh, I got this wet on the back. The cardboard's wet. I just felt that. I was like, no, that's not good. Hopefully that dries okay. So I'd love to know, what did you get to see the Northern Lights where you were? Or if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, the Southern Lights. You know, I always remember the official name, you know, Aurora Borealis for the North, but I know the Southern Lights have a different name, and I can never remember that. So I'd love to know if you got to see those where you were. Really fascinating. It was so strange. So I was remembering when I was little, a time when the sky was like so pink. It was pink for like 2 nights. And I remember thinking, like, I was like concerned the world was going to end, because that's the type of 10-year-old I was. That it was a sign that Armageddon was coming or something. Some sort of weird omen. And I mean, it was like bright pink. And where I lived up in Kentucky was not bright pink like that. And just like, and of course, me being me, of course I said nothing to anybody. Like, I didn't tell my parents, I didn't tell anyone. I just remember being like absolutely scared to death the world was going to end when I was 10 years old. And I was not going to get to become an adult. And I was not going to get to do everything. I mean, yeah, I get anxiety as a 10-year-old. As a Gen Xer, guys, it's not new. And so my husband was like, well, look that up real quick. So I pull out my phone and I look it up. And sure enough, in 1989, in March, I was 10 years old, there was like a crazy like geomagnetic storm like we just had. And it created northern lights that were able to be seen as far south as Honduras. I mean, if you think about that, if you go all the way to Honduras, like that's almost like, because it'll go, typically like northern lights, if you've got northern lights, you've got southern lights going too, right? Am I right on that assumption? So if you think about it, you got it coming from the top, you got it coming from the bottom, like you're almost to the equator, like the whole world is getting to see that. So it's like, oh, I wasn't just imagining things, it was a real thing. This weird memory that I have was me actually seeing the northern lights as a child, and I did not realize it. So if you were alive then in 1989 and you remember something weird, you did not just imagine it. But it was like before, because it was before internet, like if you, like news traveled very differently then. And so us not knowing about it wasn't totally weird that that was happening. Okay, still tacky. Maybe I blow on it. I don't even know how much. Let's check. Let's see how much this actually did. Okay, I'm looking at the other one, and yeah, I did smooth it out quite a bit. Okay, this was worth it. Oh yeah, wow, big difference. Okay, not just like wasting time. This will be worth it. It will be great. How's that giant white square? There's an art look up, White on White, Cousin Melovich, Russian suprematist who thought that the square was the best shape, like was very biased about the square being the best shape. And he created a page or a painting that is literally a white square on a white background. Now, it's not like, you know, when you were a little kid and you had a blank sheet and you said it was a polar bear in a snowstorm and you just didn't want to color anything. It actually was a study with the play of two different kinds of white. And so it is a white square and a white background. So neat one to look at if you want white on white. You can look that up and drop it in the chat if you guys want. Here real quick. There you go. There's the link in the chat if you guys want to look that up. See that painting? It is literally just white on white. It is my background. Has been for years. I really like the painting. I love that it's a study of something so simple, and it reminds me that art doesn't have to be complex to be beautiful. That sometimes boiling things down to very simple things actually creates really good work and really good art. So, what's that? My home screen here, you guys can see that, I'll put them down here, is Gustave Courbet's self-portrait. Staring at me. It is not Johnny Depp, that is Gustave Courbet. We share a birthday. Also known for the Stonecutter's work that is only exists in pictures now because the original work of art was lost in in World War II. So, other art that I really like. Oh, I didn't flip. My computer came unplugged. Yeah. There we go. Plug back in. Keep this over here because I like to monitor the stream through YouTube's plugin as well, because there's things that I can do there and then things I can do with the regular computer, which I don't have my mouse, which I'm missing today. But because of the way Streamlabs works, it's really hard to chat in YouTube in the Streamlabs program. Like it creates it does a pop-out window, which I don't like. So I prefer it over here quite a bit. Almost dry. Almost. Oh my gosh. The world's most boring stream. Okay, I'm gonna do it, be right back. Warm up my coffee. Give this another few seconds to dry. Maybe it goes to hold it in front of the fan for just a second. But get your drink, get ready, and we'll actually do some art when I get back. Okay, I made the computer quieter. Can you tell? I was hoping that that might help clean up the audio just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Okay, I probably bumped it when I was working on the computer. So, are we dry enough? Okay, if we don't work on the outer edges, we are dry. We are dry in the middle. Famous last words. Okay, now we gotta figure out how we're gonna get this thing in here. Because it doesn't, okay, it doesn't fit this way. Okay. It doesn't fit this way. Can't slide it in. And it's too big for these. Maybe I should have had to grab, maybe I should have grabbed a 6x6. 6x6 have worked. I think I've got a 6x6. Let's see if I got a 6x6. I only have a regular 6x6. I do not have a board. I just have a... No, the 6x6 is way too small. Okay, so I don't know exactly how we're going to do this because it is still too wet for me to sticky tack to it. Okay, we will figure this out. I am nothing if not resourceful. Get the sticky tack in here. Okay, I do not, these corners down here are still sticky. How do you fix that? They're so close. The first 40 minutes of my stream today has been watching paint dry. Great content. What are their numbers? It says 1 and 1 and 2 and 2. A4 paper. And it says US letter paper up there. Oh, I am noticing something. These sit in slightly different places. So you put your, okay, it's designed for different, this can make this interesting, trying to center it. Because these don't come as far as those do. Okay, we have her in. I'll actually turn this so the Spirograph thing says down. We are ready. Okay, this goes in. We'll use a 5. There we go. It's smearing. Oh no, it's smearing. It smearing bad. Okay. Well, our first attempt here did not end great. That just smeared. Hey, shrubs! Welcome in. Okay, it's fixable. We can turn this into something, right? I'll go over that later. I can do that neater. Okay. So let's think here. What do I want my main color to be? I think I want it to be mostly teal. I like teal. So let's go with, do I want it to have pointeds or rounds? It helps to kind of look right here, because you can see other little designs you can throw in with it. I kind of like these guys right here. Maybe we'll start with that one. Okay, so when that first bit was a bust, okay, that doesn't quite go down far enough. See, look, see how? I was hoping to get something. Oh, maybe we could throw that guy in. That might be interesting. We put this little guy in, but we make that a little gold piece. This is working much better, by the way. We may figure out something in the middle and fix that. What in the world is it picking up? Where's it getting schmutz? You see it's getting schmutz? I skipped one. I did that without putting it all the way down. So there's that. Now watch what we can do. We can take that. I'm gonna sharpen this a little bit. And now, see what we get? We get that circle on it. Now we'll go to that green. They work a little better, nice and sharp. And watch this. Ooh, ooh, like that. These colors don't look that different. I just got this set because of your review. I'm really curious about it. So I like this little thing. I think it's great, the Spirograph Mandala Maker, because it kind of takes some of the guesswork out. Are you gonna create like the most incredible art? You know, like when you're scrolling on Instagram, you're like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Probably not, but it's a great thing to get to create, and I love that with it because it really makes it accessible. But yeah, I like the watercolor pencils to do because the lines then hide a lot better when you paint. And I'm going to be painting with this here in a minute, trying this on a board. You saw what the pigment pen did. The pigment pen smudged like there's no tomorrow on it. These are really cheap watercolor pencils I got at Hobby Lobby. I like them because I'm using them for this method. Like if I've got really nice watercolor pencils that I use for other things, but these are great in this application. Okay, it's looking pretty good. It looks kind of smudgy right now. Let's kind of dust her off here. I know that it's still really washed out. Once I start laying in the pencil, it will look better. I need to come up with a way to... Oh, this was one that was really weird too. This guy right here. Like, I'm trying to remember which ones I thought were really, really strange when I was doing it the first time. Because of some of the... Like, with this, if I was doing it with... You know, I could do that. That would be kind of cute. Do we want to go in all in on color, or do we want to be kind of smart? Oh, since when do I really think about not going all in on color? This is probably gonna end up almost exactly like the other one I did. But yeah, I'm really glad that you're testing it out, and I hope you're enjoying getting to use it, because it is fun to use. I don't know what shape to do next. It is very much unlike me to be at a loss on these things. As I sit here and think. The problem is there's not really a wrong choice. Then I'm overthinking it and making it way more difficult than I need to. Thank you. We're going to go for it. We're going to use all the colors, test all the paint. Throw caution to the wind. I'm curious if mechanical pencils would work for the Spirograph disc. Yeah, I would think they would, because honestly, I think that, you know, when you're in control of you're in control of how hard you press and everything else with it, and I think you could control that to where the lead. My mechanical pencil here, I wouldn't have, which I did get out. I thought about using. I wouldn't have been worried about it snapping the lead on it. And in hindsight, that's what I should have done. I should have used a pencil in there instead of the pin, but that's okay. Art isn't about not making mistakes. Art's about knowing how to fix them. Or work with it. And you know what? You can always test it. If you want to test it, I would pick a color you don't like that much. Which one's my least favorite? Which one do I not use a lot? I've also used pastel. So Hobby Lobby used to, okay, like these, have pastel sticks that were just like these. They were just pastels. They were one of my favorite things they have ever come out with. And I used them in so many things. Like I would have used them here if I was laying out a canvas. A lot of times I would use them for that. I used them for sewing, for transferring patterns and stuff, and marking. They were one of the most useful things I've ever gotten from Hobby Lobby, and they don't carry them anymore. I do have a short next week coming out with something. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's going to show you a product not to use with your Spirograph. I bought it thinking they would be fun with it. I was saddened to find out they didn't. Yeah, this isn't showing up great. We will have pretty stuff in just a minute. I feel like these are a little dusty with it, but I need something between. Is there a design that sits between? Not a whole lot. See if there's one on this disc that sits between. Ooh, that does right there. That's kind of nice. That sits between. That could be also interesting right there. I think we looked. Does those sit between? Did I miss something over here? This one looks really funny right here. Okay, so we've got this little like crown piece, which could finish off nicely. Something too, especially with what we just did. So if we've got that. Oh yeah, and that actually sits underneath nicely. We can put that in. Again, throwing caution to the wind with color, guys. I'm gonna go with our dark here. This is gonna be interesting with the brushes I have too, because this is a lot more detail than what I think these brushes can do. I hate when kind of things I love. I know, right? I just try my helix. Oh! I know all about the beautiful helix circle maker. Mine's sitting right here. I've actually killed one, believe it or not. I broke one, and I still kept the ring. I have it ready if like I want to add a little bit with it too. Part of me like is wishing I just like created my own thing in the middle for this. I love my little helix circle maker. Okay, where am I? I got distracted. Not me. I kind of heard them too. I know, isn't it funny? Like, I kept the broken one. I have no idea what I will actually do with the broken piece, but I'm sure it'll come in handy one day. I totally get that. And it's taking up a spot where I can quick grab it. Like, like literally, I barely had to move to grab that one. You know, valuable drawer space in my, it's easily accessible. So I did think about, and I may do this with the other board, I just ran out of time, putting pencil ground on this, which is something you can get that allows you to do color pencil a little bit easier on a canvas board. And I may try that with the next one, because I bought two boards on purpose. And that may be something I do off camera, because it's gonna take a lot of experimenting, kind of play around with. But I have it. And I've never actually used the pencil ground. I got it because I thought, oh, this would be nice to use. So I can add in stuff. Keep finding circle makers in your stash. So I do have like the, you know, the flat plastic ones too. I like those because they have like the lineup markings on them, so I can like get them nice and straight. I'm trying to draw more, and so I've been drawing in my free time, like my time. And I did some mandalas the other day, and mandala the other day. And it was so much fun to get to. I got my tools out, and it's one of those things I'm just creating for me, not sharing on social media or anything, just me. It's actually been a blast to get back into that. And the first thing I did was a big mandala. And tomorrow, I will get to actually draw again. We're doing some Zentangle kind of doodle stuff, and the whole point on Sunday drawing is it's just for me. So I'm not under any pressure to have to share it, to have to that's one of the things that's kind of, I enjoy having a YouTube channel. I enjoy that the little bit I get in AdSense and stuff allows me to purchase some of my art supplies with it. But there's a lot of pressure that like you have to share everything, and everything has to be great, and everything always has to be like, you can't create something bad, kind of a thing. Like it ends up being a lot of pressure. I don't think the shape is as exciting as I thought it was going to be. That's okay. Let's get some paint. Yeah. Need art for yourself. Yeah, completely. And that was one of the things. Like, I got into this when I started the channel and stuff. Before they were talking about burnout a whole lot, and really recognizing it as a real thing. Okay. We are gonna get to some paint on this, so it looks at least remotely interesting. The yellow, I'm gonna shake it. I have no idea what this paint's gonna be like. It is dollar store paint. And I bought it back in February, so it's been sitting in here for a while. Okay. Oh, okay, there wasn't I thought there would be a safety seal on it. There isn't. Let's just go for this. Okay, it's really stiff to squeeze. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna leave it in here because I don't want to lose my orientation on it. I'm gonna paint in the maker that way in case I decide I want to add more to it later. It'll be easy to do. Okay, it's not the worst paint I've ever used. I could have definitely used finer brushes for this. This is also going to take, I'm going to zoom in for you guys just a little bit. I'll zoom back up just a hair. There we go. So you guys can see it. It is not very smooth coverage. It's going to take a couple of coats. I can see that already. At least our other design went fast. I do have a hard out today at noon. I am not adding anything to the paint, no. Extra mediums or anything, so. Okay, I'm gonna be curious to see how that ends up going. Maybe a little gingerbread with the arms out. I just overloaded my brush. Let's clean some paint off of it. I think the weather alerts have quieted down for a few minutes. So I really laid in a lot of paint. It's pretty opaque. Yeah, this is, it is paint. It is just very, it's thin, pigment wise. I'm not gonna go all the way out here because I may add a little ball in right there. Another circle like this guy right here. I think that might be pretty there. That's the lighter blue. I really wish I had a different brush because this guy, we can try him out. Let's give him a shot. See how he does. Okay, that's not dry yet. It's moving, it isn't dry. I thought it would be pretty close to dry. Like dry enough to do a second coat. Okay. That makes me nervous. We can do the teal. If we do the teal, then we can I'm trying to think color order so that if we do the teal, we can come back and then do let's get the teal. Hopefully these have a little more color variation than the pencils, because the pencils do not have much color variation. Okay, here is the teal. Do you have dotting tools? Yeah, so I have one dotting tool, and the one artwork I did where I did do art. Hey Katrina, welcome in. I used crochet hooks, like the crochet hook to do the dotting. So that is my tool for dotting. Because the dotting tools, actually doing some dots would probably be smart on this, but I mean, it took me, I've only ever done it once, and it was a lot of trial and error to get my paint the right consistency to do it. It's not something I do a lot of. I enjoy watching, like when I'm scrolling through Instagram, I love like seeing them. Not something I've created a lot of myself. How did I get that much teal paint on me just from opening it? Look at this. How did you get it back here? I'm like looking at the bottle, like trying to figure it out. I made a mess. Okay, this one is a pretty color. The brush is wanting to separate a little bit. Okay, there's one. You guys can kind of see how this paint is behaving. Coffee time for shrubs. I debated bringing our carafe in here because our coffee brews into a thermal carafe. It doesn't like sit on a burner. And I really debated bringing it in here today. Right now I'm wishing I had. Although it is good to get up every once in a while and walk around. Now we're gonna clean up this right here. I don't know how opaque these pens. I just realized I was like, I don't know how opaque these paints are gonna be. That could have just been like a total mess up there to let that sit like that. I'd like to know if anybody watching is creating something right now too, while we hang out. If so, how's it going? Is it turning out? Or is it being one of those projects where it's like, this is nothing but problem solving today? Are you at work? What are you up to? Yeah, there's lots of... Now we got the smooth jazz going. clean that up just a little bit here. In case you wonder what I'm doing to clean it up, I just get my brush a little bit wet. Just kind of sweep it in. Clean that line back up. There we go. Oh, hold on. Lottie? Lottie, where are you? Come here. Over here. You feel better now? I'll be right back. My dog just threw up a little bit. all taken care of. The dog is fine, but we have carpet, and so that's why I had to jump up, is to get her to tiles, so I don't have to clean carpet. And we successfully made it to the tiles, so it was an easy cleanup. She tends to eat a little too fast. She wants to visit the out of doors, so once I finish this, I will need to tend to the dog for a moment. I'm using code words so that she does not get super excited, really, because she will if I use the right words. Anybody who has a dog will probably completely understand. Coverage is definitely interesting, to say the least. becomes a little peppy, and I enjoy it. There we go. We got all of the first coats on those guys. Yay! Let's see if our yellow is ready for a second coat. We're also gonna, I'm gonna have to go get fresh water, guys, because this fresh water is now really dirty, and if I try to clean my brush off with the yellow, it's going to leave color in my water, or in my paint. Be right back. I'm not even gonna go to be right back screen. Oh, I forgot, I gotta let the dog out. So, I'll be right back. Go get a toy. Go get a toy. The dog has taken care of herself, yes. Yippee puppy. Yeah, you could hear her. She did actually need to go out, so it wasn't just patrol the yard and bark. And she took care of business. Garbage truck, it sounded like a school bus, and I'm like, school ended yesterday. Like, why is there a school bus out? It wasn't. That's a little bit better. Still not super thrilled with that one, but it'll be okay. So let's do the light blue now. I'm waiting on this because I think I may put something in there. That's why I don't want to jump in just yet. Let me do a light blue circle in there. So, light blue paint. This is what it looks like in the bottle. Pick it up. Okay, it looks different here. Hopefully it will look different when I put it down. It does good. I normally rotate my work, so this is where it's getting difficult. Try to get a good angle for this one. Here we go. There we go. That one was tough. I'm sitting here trying to like get all in it and it's not wanting to work. I am getting so many adult alerts right now. I just got the wrong paint. No, that's what I get for looking. I was checking. Okay, let's get it off. Not the end of the world. There we go. Solved. We'll come back to that. Yeah, I was checking chat over on my other computer because I had an alert pop up on my streaming one that's in front of me that is covering up any new chat. clean that up a little bit. I got messy there. Drink up my coffee here for a second. Chat. Still nothing. So on camera, the teal and the light blue are not looking that different. I think once I get the other coats on, they'll look a lot different. I can tell a big difference. They're actually like a really pretty like peacock feather kind of color right here. So I think that looks, they're actually pretty together. It's one of those with a little more work, they'll look really good. So. Last circle. I just realized that to put circles on, I'm gonna have to let it all dry. We may just have to paint this and we may just have to let it paint it and then come back in. This coverage is interesting, to say the least. Let's try the pink. Just keeps going off. Okay. Whoa. Okay, so the creator of Super Size Me, remember that documentary, says he died to cancer today. It's an interesting one because, yes, I think everybody can agree that eating McDonald's every day is not good for anybody. Like nobody's gonna be like, yes, that's healthy, you should do that. Fast food in general, like, you know, it's like Cookie Monster. It's a sometimes food. But wow, that's interesting. I didn't know he was sick. then there's a ground stop at our airport, which I don't know what it's about. Oh, my daughter sent me a reel. Okay. And they sent a severe weather outlook for every day because we have severe weather in the chance every day from now until Sunday. Like, you would think they could put those in one. You know, just say severe weather every day now till Sunday. Okay, this is interesting. It doesn't feel as thick as the other, and I made sure to dry out the brush. This is acting a lot like a magenta though, for paint. Getting Instagram just wants me to go to Instagram right now really badly. Kind of a funny shape. I like pink. Softer than I expected. I expected it to be a little more vivid. The brushes are a little more comfortable than I expected to. They felt really rough when I took them out of the package. Thank you. I think it is looking pretty good. All things considered, I've got to figure out what to do with this mess in the middle. That is a smeary mess. I will fix it though. It will be okay. Looking at my time right now, looks like I will be able to get a full coat on everything, or one coat on everything. And then it'll be off camera working on it. And maybe I can squeeze in a stream next week and we can do some fun detailing. That could be a stream next week. Come on. There we go. Sneak back over to the gold here. One thing these brushes are doing, and again, these are Dollar Tree brushes, I'm not having hair fall out. Like, I totally expected these to fall apart. I'm just realizing that, like, I have not had a single hair fall out using these. So, that's a plus. Alert finally disappeared on my computer. I'm very happy right now. It came back. Why did you come back? Let's try to get it going. There. Now it's gone. Ah, I feel so much better. That looks more like a... Are they gingerbread men or stars? I'm trying to figure it out now. These little yellow shapes up here at the top. almost done. Looks like we will finish right on time because I've got one more color to do. The dark blue. Or as it says, deep blue. So this was cobalt blue, deep blue, deep yellow. What did you say this color was? They say this is magenta. It acted like a magenta. I would say it was a pink. Shake her up. There we go. Look, we have our whole little palette right here. Ooh. It is a very purpley shade. Okay, how much difference does that look? It's a little different. These colors, for being so different here, are not showing up on the camera at all. For being super different. Yeah, the yellow almost looks green. It's gold, it's really gold. I need to work on that. And it's, let's see, I'm looking at my camera. It's when it gets into Streamlabs. Streamlabs is making it a little bit off. I'll have to play with the color a little bit. Once I get another coat on this to kind of really smooth out the colors, it's gonna look a lot better too. Like the colors will differentiate a little bit more. I think a little circle right there would look good too. last section. There we go. Okay, got it. Whew. So, that is it. Kind of set that there so you can see the paint colors. I'm happy with the paint part, not happy with what happened in the middle. I will figure out something. I'll probably use some gesso to help clean that up a little bit because it is just gessoed. I didn't put a coat of white on it. If I put a coat of white on it, that would be a little easier to clean up, but I will figure it out. I will come up with something. It will be fine. But I like the rest of it quite a bit. I'm gonna add more coats off camera when I grab a minute here and there. And next week, assuming my daughter doesn't have to work, should be able to do a stream next week, and I can work on it a little bit more, add details. Maybe I'll go over to the Dollar Tree and see if they've got any paint pens, and we'll see if I'll see if I can try to keep this all like Dollar Tree paint supplies, not necessarily use the pigment pens to add in detail, because if I'm gonna have to use white, the only white paint I have is nice golden paint, heavy body acrylic, which I use for a lot of things, which is a great paint. It would work wonderfully, but it doesn't quite fit in it, as well as I do have some gel pens. Again, not Dollar Tree gel pens, so try to get it all at the dollar store, see what I can do there. And until then, so to be the same, if I can do it, just watch. I'll put out I'll put it up on my Instagram stories and what time. So this is one reason to really have the notifications turned on, because I do try to schedule these like the day before so that it's there so everybody can know that it's coming up. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I've enjoyed getting to hang out with all of you. And until next time, bye. Where's my end button? That makes it not nearly as clean for an ending. Bye.